Hi, Tanya Curry, Widow to Widow. How are you guys doing today? Let me know in the comments. Today, we're reading day 5 of dealing with anxiety. And I am trusting and believing that we are getting delivered and healed from this. We are no longer holding back. We're no longer hiding that we're dealing with this stuff. And we're going to overcome by our testimony. So we're dedicating day 5. Hey, day 5, that's the number of grace. So God has given us the grace to tell our testimonies, to have the courage to speak on this anxiety. We're going to put anxiety in the lake of fire where it belongs. And we're going to walk in peace and harmony, in the joy and love of God, and moving around in this world that our Father created for us to thrive in. So we're going to get rid of this anxiety, depression, PTSD, bipolar, and all the rest of them. We're getting rid of all these mental illness, and we're getting our mental mind healthy. And as they're leaving, we're becoming more healthy and healthier in the mind, that it may dwindle down through us to be of help for one another. Let's do this. How do I deal with all the negative thoughts? Have you ever felt like your life is a prison full of all the things you have to do and empty of the things you want to do? Have you ever wanted to just hide in your room and binge Netflix or YouTube or mindless videos because you can't stand to be alone with your thoughts? Have you ever tried to just distract yourself from yourself? Do you ever think back to the happy little kid you used to be and wonder what happened? Where did all the stress come from? When did anxiety take over? When did I stop wanting to sing, dance, and play? What happened to me? You're not alone, and hope is there, and there is hope. The pressure you're feeling, the stress you're carrying, and the anxiety you're dealing with are not okay. Unfortunately, they are also not unique. You're a part of the most anxious and stressed out generation in history. So the good news is you aren't alone in dealing with those things. And the bad news is you are not alone in dealing with those things. You're not alone. There is hope. As human beings, we were never meant to do life alone. You were created to have people in your life that care for you and who care for you. You were created to have people in your life you care for and who care for you. A lot of times we find ourselves in positions we care for them and they don't show that they care for us, or we don't believe that they care for us. So we need to work on that individually, that we make sure those who we care for know that we actually care. And that's by doing the actions of displaying of love and compassion, listening, not talking over them, making them feel like what you have to say is important. But when they talk, you talking over them, you hear them talking. So, let's show that we need each other, and each other just as much as what I'm saying is important is just as much as what you're saying is important. So hopefully I didn't lose track where I was. Jesus showed up in history as love and hope in human form. Jesus changed history, and Jesus wants to change your story. He brought hope and healing to people who are hurting. He showed them time and time again that they were not alone, that they were loved, and that there was hope. He wants to do the same for you and me. Jesus modeled the value of trusted relationship. He had 12 friends. He did everything with during his ministry. 12 disciples, 12 people who were there to encourage one another. Can we imagine if we had 12 people in our circle? Some of us only have 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and not everybody is encouraging one another. So we need to make sure that's who we have in our circles. And if you have these people and you have a great support system, way to go. thank God for it and cherish it, and make sure you continue to keep those people closest to you and dearly. And I don't mean that you have to have a conversation with them every day, because we get busy, and if we're doing it right, a lot of our time is quiet with God when we can. I know some of us have busy lives and kids to raise still, or grandbabies, or whatever our situations are, working and outside the home, working inside the home. But we must stay connected with our creator, and that's how we get through all of these things. I'm sure I lost track by now, but okay. 12 people who love each other no matter what. 12 people who love each other just as Jesus loved them. We all want to have people like that, and we all need to have people like that. It's people like that who help us overcome the negative thoughts in our lives so that we can start living positive lives. How do you deal with the negative thoughts? Share them with people you love and who love you. Let them help you overcome those negative thoughts. You can live a positive life. So you can live a positive life. So just telling you right here in the challenge, open up about the anxiety you're feeling to people who care about you. Don't wait for them to ask what's going on. Have the courage to go first. And I want to say to those on the other end of that who's hearing us speak to you about anxiety, don't just push it off as they just worrying about stuff. It's more than a worry. It's more than, and we can't always explain it, and that's why we don't talk about it, because some people acknowledges some people anxiety, and then when they look at you, they feel like, oh, you just talking. You don't know what a person is going through, and we've learned to hide our anxiety very well, and our depression very well. We've learned to keep it to ourselves, which is not healthy. And the more we talk about it, the more we heal on it, the more we let all of this outside of us that we're holding on. Get you some trusted people that you trust, that your story goes nowhere. And if it goes to people inside your circle, or it goes to another, it's a testimonial, and it's not a gossip conversation. It's a difference, and we know the difference. And we don't use their testimonies and gossiping and claim that it was to help lift one another. First of all, they're sacred and they shouldn't be used. But if the Lord allow you to use, it usually doesn't include a name. It usually tell a story without their names to protect the people. So let's do better with listening. Let's do better with speaking out and getting help all around. You watch my back, I watch yours. Because guess what? You might not admit your anxiety to me, but you most likely are going through some anxieties yourself, or some other mental health issues. And if we can trust one another, we can heal. We can heal, help each other heal. We can heal by releasing, and you can heal by releasing as well. And we do this cycle of constantly supporting and releasing. That's what we need more of. Okay. The scripture, it looked like Galatians 6:2. Yeah, Galatians 6:2. Bear ye one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of Christ. There you go. Galatians 6:9 and 10 reads, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. That part. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. So hopefully day 5 has touched you in a way that is touching me, and that we go on and we heal from this anxiety and these mental health issues that we have. As we healing from that, our natural physical body is healing as well. It starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. And that's why we're attacked so heavily in the mind, that we may not be able to function and do this, but God's not going to leave us like that. He's definitely getting healing, and he gets the glory out of the healing. No matter if you use my hands to lay on you, or use your hands to lay on someone else, it's God doing the healing. It's the greater that is he that's in us, that's moving through this vessel. and using like he did with Jesus when he put Jesus down. Jesus is back up there with him sitting on the right hand side, and he's using us to do the same works that he used for Jesus, use Jesus to do. So let's do and build God's kingdom, and let's heal together and live a better life, thriving, not just with the wealth that he's providing us with. Wealth is our health. Let's start there first, and then we can worry about the other stuff that comes along with it. You know, he has everything we need in every area of the life. I'm listening to what he's telling me to do, and y'all listen to what he's telling y'all to do, because as we going through this and as we healing and stuff, our lives has already changed. We're just walking into the new, and this is what the new looks like. It looks like chaos when you first start transitioning. You celebrate, you're joyful, and as you're on that level, you find yourself, okay, did I just move to another level? Was I fooling myself? No, you have. That's your process. So always remember, there's always a process. When I first started the beginning of this year, that's all I talked about was the process, and I'm going to continue to talk about it forever till I leave this earth, because everything is a process. So let's walk in our purpose in life. Let's heal together. Let's do God's work together, and let's lift each other up, one another up. I love you all, and have an amazing day on purpose.